Good evening. Let us come quietly now, because the world has made gratitude into a parade, hashtags and mugs and journals. I'm grateful, shouted like confetti. And yet, beneath the noise, there is a hunger, a very honest hunger. The heart is not asking for another pleasant thought to pad a difficult day. The heart is asking for the living presence. Do you see that? We are not here to collect a brighter set of moods. We are here to discover the one who is the light itself. So let us ask our question simply, can gratitude be more than emotional management? Can gratitude be spiritual recognition? Be still and know that I am God. Not be thrilled and hope, but be still and know. Do you see that? There is a difference. One keeps you measuring the weather of your mind. The other lets you step out of weather entirely. There is no future tense in truth. The Lord is my shepherd is present. Not the Lord will be when I finish my list, when I get the promotion, when the doctor calls back. Is. God is. I am. This is the promise and the practice, relief that does not rise and fall with circumstance and gratitude, because God is. Not gratitude because the bill was paid, but gratitude because being is being, the one showing forth as all true form. In him we live and move and have our being. We are not two God and a little self trying to feel thankful. We are the one appearing as the many, the giver appearing as the given, as and is, God as you, God is you. Do you see that? When the shepherd is, the sheep do not bargain with the pasture. They rest in it. Our road tonight is from bargaining to beholding, from weather report feelings to the unweathered presence. Watch the mind. I'm grateful so that something will happen. There is the hidden contract. That is not freedom. That ties you to the calendar. But Spirit says, I am that I am, here and now. The cloud may pass before the sun. The mountain is not moved by the shadow. Gratitude in spirit is mountain knowing, not cloud measuring. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. So sit with me, not to get, but to see. Sit in meditation until you feel that presence. Time means nothing. 2 minutes or 2 hours, when the click of a manual is there, gratitude is no longer a tool. It is the beholding of what is. I am the bread of life, said the Master. Bread of life, now the meat of life, the wine of life, sustenance that does not sour with tomorrow's headline. Do you see that? Let us begin from here. God is. God is. Is. I am. And from this quiet, we will walk through the noisy market with a single practice in our heart, gratitude, because God is. Now, before we move any farther, let us be honest about the quiet trade that sneaks into our practice. The mind whispers, if I'm grateful enough, the universe will deliver. If I write my 5 items every morning, the pipeline will open. If I say thank you loudly, life will behave. You see that? Gratitude becomes a currency, a polite bribe, a way to sweet talk tomorrow. We start counting 30 days to a better job, 7 days to perfect health, 3 hearty thank yous, and a parking space. Won't that be nice? Oh, I can go to the movies every night and let the universe pay. Do you see the humor of it and the bondage? Watch the symptoms. The countdown journal on the nightstand, like a calendar to God. The thank you in advance that is really an invoice. The smile that droops if the email does not arrive by noon. There is a forward lean in it, a subtle tremor in the breath. A woman tells me, I'm on day 21 of gratitude for a partner. Day 22 arrives, and she wonders if she should make it 10 items instead of 5. A man keeps a gratitude jar for the mortgage approval. When week 3 comes with silence, he stares at the jar and adds 3 extra slips, just in case the heavens were counting. Do you see? Gratitude turns into arithmetic and arithmetic turns into fear. If the result delays, the stomach tightens. If the news disappoints, the whole practice is questioned. This is not freedom. This is dependence on appearances with a halo. Why does it fail? Because it binds you to time and outcome, and there is no future tense in truth. Take, therefore, no thought for the morrow, says the Master. Not take a lot of grateful thoughts for tomorrow. Take no thought. The Lord is my shepherd, I am that I am, present. When gratitude is a lever to pry open tomorrow, you are not praising God. You are pressuring God. Are we not, in that moment, attempting to be the cause of the effect? Are we applauding the giver or auditioning for a role in management? Do you see that? Transactional gratitude makes appearances the authority and God a consultant brought in to fix them. Let us be clear. Gratitude that waits for change is not gratitude in spirit. It is anxiety with manners. It is a heart on a leash held by headlines, by bills, by bodies. That is not our way. Our way is freedom. Freedom is the heart resting in isness. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. Gratitude because God is now is the end of bargaining. No countdown. No invoice. No bribe. God is. I am. Then, whether pictures brighten or not in that hour, you are not moved by the cloud because the mountain remains. Do you see that? Now we turn the diamond. We have looked at one facet, the bargaining shine, and found it wanting. Turn it just a quarter, and there is another face, clear, steady, without the shimmer of time. Gratitude because God is. Say it with me inwardly until it becomes rhythm, not rhetoric. God is, I am. This is not a mood. This is not optimism. This is recognition. Be still and know that I am God. Know what? That I am unchanging, being here. Not a God to be moved, not a world to be fixed, but presence to be recognized. Do you see that? Gratitude here is not thanks for improved conditions. It is thanks for the unchanging fact. Presence is cause. Presence is law. Presence is life. In Him we live and move and have our being, not becoming. I am that I am, not I will be when your list is finished. The Lord is my shepherd. There is no future tense in truth. When you rest in this, gratitude ceases to be a lever and becomes light. You are not turning the gears of tomorrow. You are witnessing the always of God. The kettle may boil, it may not. The weather may brighten, it may not. But presence is the climate of your heart. Do you see that? Antithesis helps us see not thanks for things, thanks as beholding the one who is the substance of all true form. Not thank you for the raise, as if supply were outside, but thank you that thou art supply, the bread of life, and whether the form appears as coins or carrots, it is the one giver appearing as the given. Glass appearing as tumbler, sun appearing as sunbeam. Here is God made manifest as individual being. We are not collecting objects. We are recognizing source as form's very essence. Gratitude is the vision that beholds the giver as the gift, the life as the living. Do you see that? Now, let us make it simple enough to carry thank you not for fixing, but for being what is whole, sufficient, present. Try it as you sit. Thank you that wholeness is, not will be. Thank you that sufficiency is, not will be. Thank you that presence is closer than breath. This is not a technique. It is consent. It is as and is. God is this very awareness. God is this very life. If the grammarians will forgive us, I and the Father is one substance, one cause, one law. No letters to heaven requesting updates. Heaven does not run a coupon program. You rest. You recognize. You behold. Be grateful because God is not, because life improved. Do you see that? If pictures shift, bless the shift. If they do not, bless the isness. You are not managing appearances. You are surrendering authority back to the one. In that surrender is ease. And in that ease is evidence what the world calls outcomes often follow like shadows. But you are no longer living for shadows. Live in is. Let gratitude be the quiet seeing that God is I am. And in that I am, your steps are ordered now. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, a lamp for this step, not a searchlight for tomorrow. Time means nothing. Presence means everything. Do you see? Now, let us look at this little word that changes the entire landscape. As. Not God and man, not giver over here and gifts over there, but God as the very life you are, the giver appearing as the given, glass appearing as tumbler, the substance and the form are one and the same glass, sun appearing as sunbeam, the light is not divided by its shining. Do you see that? When you take the beam away from the sun, you have a thought, not a possibility. When you take the tumbler away from glass, you have a nameplate, not a cup. So when we imagine ourselves apart from God, we are living in a label, not in life. This is identity. I and the Father is one. I know the grammarians are reaching for their pens, but let your heart hear it before the schoolmaster corrects it. One substance, one cause, one life. In him we live and move and have our being. Not next week. Being. I am that I am. Not I will become when conditions comply. Here is the entire shift of gratitude. We stop thanking a distant deity for shipments delivered and begin beholding the one as the very breath, blood, and bread of this moment. Do you see that? Gratitude is not addressed to a far office. It awakens as the recognition that the office, the letters, the couriers, and the recipient are one, life appearing in countless ways. Then what of supply? If the substance is one, lack cannot be a fact. It can only be a picture in thought. Mirage on the road, tracks that seem to meet your feet, prove otherwise when you walk. I am the bread of life, says the Master, not the baker who sends bread, the bread itself. Supply is presence, not parcels. Heaven is not a shipping center with back orders. And if it were, surely it would close on weekends, and then where would we be? No, beloved, we rest in isness and watch how form reveals the sufficiency that was never absent. Do you see that? When you take gratitude as recognition of, as, and is, fear loosens its arguments. The mind says, but the account, the diagnosis, the letter, and we answer softly, not combatively. God is the substance here, appearing as what is needed, wisdom, timing, form. Not to get, to behold. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. Repair belongs to the world of two powers. Revelation belongs to oneness. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Why? Because the shepherd and the sheep are not two lives negotiating. They are one life expressing as guidance and being guided. So sit a moment when the noise rises. Thank you that thou art as this very awareness. Thou art as this very activity. Let the words melt into seeing. Moods may wobble, appearances may flicker, but the beam never leaves the sun. In that beholding, gratitude becomes effortless. God is, is, I am. And in that I am, you discover nothing to get, only everything to see, the giver as the given, the substance as the form, the one as you. Do you see that? If God is the substance appearing as you, what then are we waiting for? Do you see that? The only delay left is the belief in delay. Scripture gives us the grammar. The Lord is my shepherd. Is, if you make it future, you have rewritten the verse and you have postponed your peace. I am that I am not. I shall be once you tidy your affairs. Now are we the sons of God. There is no future tense in truth. The heart rests when the sentence rests in isness. The mind fidgets when it smuggles in a shall be. Don't let it smuggle. Catch it at the border and send it home. Waiting is the last bargain to be dissolved. When this changes, then I'll rest. When I get the call, then I'll be grateful. When the pain eases, then I'll trust. That is spiritual layaway. Pay a little now, pick up peace later. Won't that be nice? Except the counter is never open, because later is not a place in God. Do you see that? Bargains dissolve when time dissolves. Gratitude because God is ends the contract. I rest not because pictures are bright, but because presence is present. Stand there now. Take therefore no thought for the morrow, not a grateful thought for the morrow, no thought. Presence is the only climate. Let the book teach you its tense. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The promise follows the is, not precedes it. This day is salvation come to this house. This day, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Now, today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your hearts. Today, every holy line leans into the present. When you push it into tomorrow, you have poetry without power. When you receive it as now, you have bread. I am the bread of life. Bread eaten later does not nourish now. Eat. So here is your micro practice. One holy now. Set your watch for 1 minute of pure isness recognition, every hour if you like. When it chimes, stop inwardly, yes, even in the grocery line, and let the sentence settle. God is, here is, I am, now. Not words for magic, words for seeing. If your watch beeps in a meeting, let it preach quietly in you. Do not announce a revival on the conference table. Close your eyes or keep them open, but consent. Thank you that thou art here as this awareness, as this breath, as this very activity. No pleading, no prying, just is. And if the minute passes without the inner click, take another minute later. And another time means nothing. Never give up. Never give up. Do not try to do something. Sit until you feel that presence. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage. Wait not for events, but for recognition. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. The seeing is the salvation. Peace precedes pictures. When the click comes, even a feather touch, you are authorized to move. Until then, abide. God is, here is, I am now. Do you see that? When you begin to live from that inner click, even lightly, do not be surprised if the old parade of pictures keeps marching. Bills still arrive in colored envelopes. Scans still display their gray clouds. Headlines still buy ink by the barrel. But now listen closely. There is no such thing as an externalized illusion. The picture is not out there with claws. The picture is in here as belief, as image, as suggestion. Do you see that? When a dream frightens you at midnight, you do not rearrange the furniture, you awaken. So with appearances, the distress is never in the world. It is in the way the world is being seen. Be still and know that I am God. Know it where? In consciousness. The knowing dissolves the dream's authority. Think of the streetcar tracks. You remember how they seem to meet on the horizon. You swear they touch. You are so certain that you could wager your week's allowance. Then you walk, and you discover your certainty was a picture, not a fact. Or think of a cloud passing over the mountain. It casts a shadow, and the mountain looks bruised, but granite has not been harmed. So it is with every fearful image. It is a converging track in thought. a shadow on being. As you approach in spiritual vision, the convergence vanishes, the bruise is found to be light. If God is all, what is the status of the threatening image? Do you see that? It has status only as suggestion within us. It has no law, no cause, no substance. Here is where gratitude shifts from leverage to light. We do not stand in the street shouting at shadows, "Obey me." We turn on the lamp. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Light does not argue darkness. It reveals. Gratitude, because God is the switch. You are not commanding a picture to improve. You are recognizing reality. And in that recognition, the imitation loses its borrowed authority. Don't argue with the picture. Don't repair the mirage. Recognize the water it imitates badly, the living presence. I am the light of the world, says the Master Light now, not later. There is no future tense in truth. Test it where it pinches. The red ink letter arrives. Before you calculate, be still. Thank you that thou art my sufficiency. Here as wisdom, as timing, as form. The body report speaks loudly. Before you wrestle consent. Thank you that thou art life, the only law of this being. The headline blares. Before you post, breathe. Thank you that thou art peace, the one power. You have not done a thing to the picture. You have robbed it of its borrowed badge. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. The seeing is the salvation. Often, yes, the image rearranges itself in outward relief. But even before that, the boss has been fired. Peace precedes pictures. Do you see that? As and is. God as this very awareness. God is this very life. When the next horizon claims the tracks will meet, smile a little, won't that be nice? And keep walking. You do not write the city council to straighten the horizon. You walk in light. Perfect love casteth out fear. Let gratitude be that perfect love in recognition. The quiet lamp turned on. Never give up. Sit until the click, then walk in is. God is, I am. And in that I am, circumstances stop bossing you because they have no boss to report to. Let me show you the pattern because stories break the spell faster than lectures. A broken condition presents itself. We do not rush to fix. We sit still, empty, grateful because God is until the inner click reveals a manual. Then the picture, as picture, yields its borrowed badge and harmony appears often suddenly, sometimes quietly, but always as revelation, not as patchwork. Behold, I make all things new. Not later, behold, see. Do you see that? A mason phoned, fingers crushed under stone, the hand blue and swollen. He wanted exercises. I wanted presence. I said, say nothing, we will sit. And we did. No affirmations, only the soft gratitude of isness. Thank you that thou art life here as this very being. 10 minutes, 20 time means nothing, then the feather touch, the click, peace. We said good night. In the morning, he called. I woke and the pain had gone. I could move. I dressed myself. Listen closely. You haven't seen a healing at all. You witnessed the new creature, Christ. He doesn't convalesce. The man jumps. And immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength, and he leaping up stood and walked and entered praising God. Do you see it? Not repair revelation of what is. A shopkeeper arrived with a red ink letter and a face white as the page. If this isn't paid by Friday, the calendar shouted. Fear nodded. We did not calculate. We sat. Thank you that thou art supply, the bread of life, the one law appearing as wisdom, as timing, as form. The click came quiet as a bird alighting. Peace first, pictures later. Friday arrived with 2 orders and a forgotten credit cleared. But hear the truth. The salvation was Thursday night when authority returned to presence. This day is salvation come to this house. There is no future tense in truth. The picture rearranged itself as a shadow follows feet. A mother wrote at midnight, a child hot with fever. Flesh demanded speed. Spirit demanded stillness. We waited not idle, beholding. Be still and know that I am God. The click came near dawn. By breakfast, the boy was at the window naming birds. Again, do not say, what a quick recovery. He doesn't convalesce. The child laughs. What happened? You haven't seen a healing at all. You witnessed the new creature, Christ, the one, life shining where the cloud had cast its brief suggestion. Now the caution. Rabbi, no man can do these miracles except God be with him. Except God be with him. Don't try them. Don't attempt works from hurry, fear, or technique. Sit until the click of Emmanuel authorizes the seeing. Gratitude is not the wrench. Gratitude is the window. It is the beholding of as and is. God is this awareness. God is this life. When seeing is clear, appearance yields to isness by law. Rise, take up thy bed, and walk, not because a formula worked, but because reality revealed itself as the only fact present. Carry this with you. Witness, not repair. If you must do anything, do the seeing. Sit, be still. Let gratitude be the quiet lamp. Never give up. God is, I am. And in that I am, you will watch the spell break and call it miracle, but you will know it was simply seeing. Do you see that? Now we come to the simple, stubborn protocol. Sit until the click. Time means nothing, 5 minutes or 50 years. You see that? We are not training a technique. We are consenting to presence. Be still and know that I am God. Not be busy and hope. Be still and know. So take your seat on a chair, on a train, under a tree. It does not matter. Relax the body. Let the jaw soften. Let the shoulders drop their assignment to hold up the world. Put the hands open if you like, a little reminder that we are not gripping. Then release every request. Let the petitions fall like coats from winter shoulders. No shopping list, no schedule, only isness. Now whisper inwardly, not to persuade God, but to awaken consent. God is. God is. I am. The Lord is my shepherd. I am that I am. Here, my presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. Let the sentences become breath. Short, simple, now. If thoughts run around the room, don't chase them. Smile and return. God is, I am, here is. We are not counting minutes. If you need a timer, set it, but don't watch it like a souffle. Heaven does not punch time cards. Time means nothing. Presence means everything. What is the click? Not fireworks, not goose flesh. A soft inward assurance like a key turning, like a bird alighting. Something in you settles into is the sentence stops reaching and becomes fact. Peace arrives, not as nap, but as authority. Do you see that? When that feather touch comes, be still. Don't rush to demonstrate. Don't throw yourself at the mountain to prove your faith. Except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain that build it. Let the work be done in and as you. Abide a few breaths in the hush. Gratitude now is silent, beholding, not performance. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. After the click, take only the next simple step that presents itself often. It is nothing grand. Make the call without strain. Write the note without bargaining. Or simply continue your day in the light you have felt. The authority is not in the step. It is in the presence that steps. Peace precedes pictures. If no step rises, do not invent one. Do you see that? We are witnesses, not managers. And the rule, keep it close. If the click does not come, do nothing outward regarding the matter. Do not treat, fix, convince, or arrange. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Keep ordinary faithfulness. Wash the dishes. Go to work, but do not attempt spiritual works without a manual. Rabbi, no man can do these miracles except God be with him. Except God be with him. Don't try them. Sit again later. Sit tomorrow. Sit for 5 days, 5 years, or 20. Never give up. Never give up. There is no future tense in truth. There is only is. God is. God is. I am. As and is. When the click comes, you will know, and the knowing will do the doing. Do you see that? Scripture is not a museum. It is a doorway. Read it as is. Read it as now. If you push it into history or haul it into tomorrow, you have poetry without bread. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Do you see that? Is present, not the Lord will audition for shepherd next quarter. Start there and let Psalm 23 preach you into business line by line. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. That is not a travel brochure. It is rest. Now green is the color of present sufficiency. He restoreth my soul. Restoration is not a 6-week program. It is the revealing of what never broke. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? For thou art with me, art with me. No future tense in truth. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. The table is consciousness spread with the bread of isness, even while appearances scowl. You don't negotiate with a scowl. You eat. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. That is not a ration card. It is overflow now. And if goodness and mercy shall follow me, read it as a present procession. Goodness and mercy are already stepping on your heels this very minute. Turn and notice. Do you see that? Back to the name itself. I am that I am. Not I was, not I will be if you behave. I am. This is identity disclosed, not a remote deity announced. When you breathe I am, do not tack on a complaint. Let the name stand. I am being itself as you. Here is the as secret. God appearing as individual identity. If our grammarians will indulge us, I and the Father is one substance, one cause, one life. Let Exodus be your practice. Feel the I am, not as a sky voice, but as the very light of awareness. Do you see that? Each time fear drafts a sentence beginning with, I am sick, I am broke, I am alone, stop. Return the name to its owner. I am, period. Then watch how form reveals the substance that was never absent. And hear the Master. I am the bread of life. Not I distribute parcels on Thursdays. Bread as presents, not packages. Feed on is, not outcomes. He that cometh to me shall never hunger. Come where? To presence. To I am. To the table spread in the midst of whatever your eyes call enemies. When you eat, you do not file a claim. You receive substance into being. So with this word, take it as bread now. Do you see that? Cross the texts and they sing one song. Psalm is Exodus, I am. John, I am the bread. One thesis, reality is now. The name is I am. The form is God appearing as. The sages, too, have said, press your speech to its purity, and you are left with 2 words sufficient for the path. God is. If you will, let that be your whole theology on a cold morning. God is, God is, God is. Is. I am, Then open your book and read every line as present instruction, not promissory note. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, a lamp for this step. Sit until the click. Read until the verse ceases to be a hope and becomes a hush. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Behold, eat the bread, wear the name, walk the psalm. There is no future tense in truth. God is, I am. Do you see that? We do not leave this recognition in the sanctuary. We carry it into the marketplace like a lamp in daylight, quiet. But everything looks different. Bills, bodies, headlines, these are the three loudspeakers of the world. They will preach pressure if you grant them pulpits, so we remove the pulpit and we keep the lamp. Before you answer a knock, breathe the mini liturgy. 3 soft breaths. God is, I am, here is, and then proceed. Not magic, recognition, not doing, beholding. Do you see that? First, the bills. When the colored envelopes arrive and the spreadsheet opens its mouth wider than a lion, do not bargain with numbers. Before figures, behold supply as presence. I am the bread of life. Bread is substance, not arithmetic. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The I shall not is not a threat to the ledger. It is the shadow cast by isness. Sit at the desk and refuse the role of accountant of doom. Let the calculator wait, let the pen rest. Thank you that thou art sufficiency here, as wisdom, as timing, as form. Numbers are shadows. One substance casts them. When the inner click comes, you will see the next step, make the call without fear, delay the non-essential without shame, discover an overlooked provision. But hear me, the peace is the payment. The recognition is the revenue. Pressure leaves the office when presence is acknowledged as the only employer. You see that? Now the body, your own, or the dear ones, feel pain without fight. We are not stoics, we are witnesses. Don't manage symptoms with mental gymnastics. Don't bully flesh with will. Be still and feel life as the life of you. In him we live and move and have our being, not in pain, in him. He restoreth my soul. Restoration is revelation, not repair. Lay down the toolbox of thought. Let the breath take the 3 steps. God is, I am, here is, and rest the attention in the presence that is your very being. If movement is to be made, it will arise authorized. If rest is to be had, it will be sweet, not sullen. Perfect love casteth out fear. Love here is recognition of as and is God, as this life. God is this life. Peace precedes pictures. And often, as the fear drops its badge, the body forgets to protest and resumes its holy business of being. Now the headlines, storms on every screen. Do not argue with weather. Declare one power, one law, one cause. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Stand still, where? In consciousness. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still. We are not denying the report. We are denying it authority. Let compassion rise. Yes, give, act, vote, as wisdom prompts after the click, but drop the feverish debate with shadows. The world's terror seeks converts. You are not available. One power, one law, one cause. For nations, for neighborhoods, for the nook where you are reading. Do you see that? So walk the aisles of your day with liturgy lighter than a pocket, 3 breaths before the email, before the exam room, before the news feed. God is, I am, here is. Check in often. Do you see that? Return to as and is again and again. You are not fixing, you are beholding. Not pressure, presence. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet this step, not the next 100. There is no future tense in truth. Never give up. Never give up. Carry the lamp and let it carry you. God is, I am. And in that I am, the marketplace becomes a temple without a sign out front. Do you see that? Now, beloved, let us speak of the edges, because it is at the edges that the old bargains come out of the drawer. Grief sits at the table uninvited. Delay stares at the phone. Disappointment arranges the furniture and says, now, if only then I will be grateful. Do you see that? This is where the mind tries to hire gratitude as a negotiator. Get me through this night, and I'll praise you double in the morning. The heart aches, the calendar shouts, and the fingers fumble for levers. Here is our turning. Feel fully, bargain never. Tears are not a denial of truth, they are the salt of love. Even the Master wept. But do not let a weather in emotion become a doctrine in spirit. Hold to isness gently, gently as a mother holds a child restless from a dream. How do we hold? Not by argument, but by consent. My times are in thy hand. Say it when the clock mocks you. He that believeth shall not make haste. Believe where? In presence, not in prognosis. Let the sob have its honest course, but do not read God through the sob. Be still and know that I am God. Know it in the very place that trembles, as and is. God as this awareness. God is this life. Do you see that? We do not paste smiles on pain. We open the lamp within it. Measure by peace, not by pictures. The first fruit is not a changed report. It is a quiet heart. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth. The world gives results, then a recess. Spirit gives presence, and pictures follow when they must. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The morning is not a clock. The morning is the click, the soft assurance that reality is here. Sit for that. Sit until it comes. If it is a feather touch, that is enough. If the picture lags, do not push shadows around the room. Peace precedes pictures. Do you see that? Now the mandate, take it as marching orders whispered, not shouted. Never give up. Never give up. Time means nothing. Sit today. Sit 1,000 todays. Truth is not late because truth is. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Wait where? In isness, not in the hallway peering under the door for outcomes. If the calendar scolds you, you should be better by now. You should have this by Friday. Smile kindly. Calendars have no jurisdiction in omnipresence. Now is the day of salvation. Now is. And the permission, write it over your work table. If strain appears, stop. Do not try to make truth true. Truth is, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. When you feel the jaw harden, the prayer hurry, the will tighten, close the toolbox. Return to the name without adjectives. I am. Rest until the click. If there is no click, there is no spiritual work to do. Keep ordinary faithfulness and abide. Do you see that? We are witnesses, not wrestlers. Endurance in isness without strain is the path through pain. Sit, behold. Whisper the liturgy of simplicity. God is, I am. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Never give up. Never give up. There is no future tense in truth. Peace first, pictures after. And in that order, even the hour that seems late discovers it has arrived. So we come to the sending, the simple thing, the only thing. We have turned gratitude from a bargaining chip into a window from mood management into presence recognition, from thank you so this will change to thank you that thou art. We have walked from two God and a man kneading into one God, appearing as individual identity. We have put an end to postponement. Now is the accepted time. There is no future tense in truth. Do you see that? Here is your charge, plain, doable, sure. For 30 days, 3 pauses each day, morning, mid-course, evening. Stop outwardly if you can. Stop inwardly if you must. Sit until the click. If the click comes as a feather touch, bow to it. If it tarries, time means nothing. Sit in isness and go on in ordinary faithfulness. During these 30 days, speak only present declarations. Catch every will, every when, every as soon as, and send it home at the border. Let your tongue be a shepherd of is. The Lord is my shepherd. Is. I am that I am. Now, be still and know that I am God. No, not hope. If a thought begins, when this clears, I'll be grateful. Stop. Return. I am grateful because God is. This day is salvation come to this house. Do you see that? Hold the as and the is as your passwords. God is the very awareness by which you hear these words. God is the life by which you breathe. The giver is the given. The cause wears the form of its own effect. If our scholars rise to correct the grammar, when you declare I and the Father is one, bless them. Let them conjugate. You live the oneness. And yes, you may still go to the movies, only now you do not worship the pictures. Smile lightly and return to the substance. One power, one law, one cause, appearing as you. Measure the 30 days not by improved reports, but by a quieter heart. If forms brighten, rejoice, but be grateful because God is not, because life behaved. Peace I leave with you. Peace precedes pictures. Make this your seal. In every scene, bill, body, headline, you first behold before you do. Witness, not repair. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. The seeing is the salvation. And if tears come, let them have their honest way. But do not read God through them. Read God as I am here, now, always. Your path is simple and sure. Abide in is. Let gratitude be the quiet seeing that God is. Never give up. Never give up. Time means nothing. Sit for 1 minute or for 1,000 minutes. Truth is never late because truth is. Walk these 30 days with the lightest liturgy on your breath and on your feet. God is, is. I am, I am. Lo, I am with you always. That is the whole gospel in a sentence. God is, I am, I am. Do you see that?